structure? And what kind of writing tools did the author use in order to create the poem? Okay? So I'm going to read through, because I know you've heard it. That was a couple days ago. So I'm going to read through. I want you to think about what figurative language do you see happening in this poem? Figurative language. Mrs. Webber, wait, where is that located? Oh. Remember this?
Yes.
Okay. So think about this page of your folder. What figurative language is the author using during this poem? All right, here you go. Dancing teepees, high up in the Rocky Mountains. Dancing teepees dance on the grassy banks of Cripple Creek, with laughing fringes in the autumn sun. Indian children play with bow and arrows on that grassy banks of Cripple Creek. Indian women gather kindling to start an evening fire. Dancing teepees dance against the fire-lighted autumn trees. Braves returning home from raiding gallantly ride into camp with horses, scalps, and ornaments. Dancing teepees sleep now on the grassy banks of Cripple Creek, high up in the Rocky Mountains. Raise your hand. What figurative language do you hear and see in this poem? Yes?
Personification.
Do you agree? Personification?
Yeah.
All right, someone raise your hand and tell me, what is personification? Because I'm not quite sure. I think I've heard that before, but what is personification? How can we describe that? Yes?
It's like when you give objects, person, or people traits.
Absolutely. Objects that normally don't have people traits, right? So things that are not living, I'm giving them living traits. All right, so raise your hand. What object is being given living traits?
Dancing teepees.
Dancing teepees. Last time I checked, teepees don't dance.
Make them dance.
They do? Well, what? Raise your hand. What makes them dance? Because I'm reading through this. I mean, that dancing teepees, I mean, I can kind of see it, but what's making them dance? Bailey?
Oh, the wind could make them dance.
The wind could make them dance.
And there's also alliteration.
There's also, where is their alliteration?
Cripple Creek.
Cripple Creek, right? We're repeating, right? The C sound. Absolutely. All right, so what else in here gives me the feeling that the teepees are dancing? So I'm seeing them repeating dancing teepees. That phrase comes across several times. And as a matter of fact, just to help my brain, I am going to highlight dancing teepees. Because one of the things that poetry does is it tends to have a rhythm. It tends to have some kind of pattern, like in math class. What other personification can we see in here? Where else can we see it? Mira?
Well, when it says with laughing fringes in the autumn sun.
Laughing fringes. Okay, first of all, what are fringes? Or I have an example. So if this, right, is my piece of paper, and then I made fringes. So what are fringes? Side. Yeah, right? So up in the picture, so you're looking up in the picture, right? We can see the fringes up here at the top of the teepees. But it's pieces of, in this case, paper or fabric that kind of what? Stay still. They flap and they move, right? Like this is the newest craze out in fashion world. You guys need to separate from each other. Thank you very much. Okay? So, fringes. Absolutely, because the only thing I know that laughs would be something that is actually breathing, right? You need air in order to laugh, not fringes. Any other personification? Angelica?
There's another thing I see in it. In class, you definitely see onomatopoeia.
There are no sound words in here. Nope. Naomi, where else do you see personification?
Dancing teepees, sleep, grass,
Yeah. Do DP sleep?
No.
No, they don't. I'm pretty sure they don't wake up. either. So,
They're
you know,
not
so they're not sleeping. Right. So we're giving it a human characteristic. All right. So let's take a look at the structure of this poem. And one of the things that you are going to do today is you are going to do a writing technique called a copy change. So I'm going to set up the start of my paper. So we just call it a copy change, and today's date is the 5th. And in here, I want to put what my focus, what my writing focus is. And we said that this is personification. So that's going to be my title. Okay, copy change personification. Copy change. I'm going to copy the idea from the author, but I'm going to change it into something that has meaning to me and that I can think about. Okay? So, something that dances. That normally doesn't dance. You have any ideas? Something that dances, that normally doesn't dance. Dwight? Something that I could make dance that normally doesn't. Something that I know a lot about. Joy?
Maybe trees, because of the rustle and the wind, you can relate.
Absolutely. So I could do trees. Sai?
Maybe your finger.
Could be my finger. No, or Farrah?
Dolls.
Could be dolls. Oh yeah, because you could have some interesting dancing dolls, right? What is this?
Pencil.
Does a pencil normally do anything? No, it just kind of sits there, right?
Throw it.
So this might be an interesting challenge. I'm going to take a non-living object, a pencil, and I'm going to make it dance. You ready? I'm going to follow the pattern. So look here at the poem. Dancing teepees. All right, I've introduced dancing pencils, so I'm copying that idea. So let's look at the next sentence that they have here. High up in the Rocky Mountains, dancing teepees, dance on grassy banks of Cripple Creek with laughing fringes in the autumn sun. What are they doing? What are they doing for just this part of the poem? Yes.
They're like describing where it is and. Like,
Yes. What do we call that? Begins with an S.
Setting.
Well done. Well done. We're describing the setting. Now let's take a little bit deeper dive into this. We start up here in the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains a big place or a small place? Big place. Dance on the grassy banks of Cripple Creek. Now I don't know where Cripple Creek is located, but I'm guessing, is it bigger than the Rocky Mountains or a very specific place in the Rocky Mountains? Really specific. So I'm going with this idea of going from a setting that is really general, a big place, to a setting that is now really specific. So another example could be a house. Where are you in the house? The kitchen, or your bedroom, or the living room, right? Big idea down to something smaller. All right, so where is my pencil located?
On the kitchen table.
Well, in my hand, would that be a big place or a small place? That's a small place. I gotta think big. Where is this pencil located?
In the classroom.
In the classroom? Which classroom? So Mrs. Morefield's? Okay. So dancing pencils. So I need a line. Because they used high up in the Rocky Mountains. And I don't know, a classroom's not high up. So what can I say for the classroom? Abdul?
High up in the second floor.
Oh, we are in the first floor. Do you want to change it? Do we want to go back to like 4th grade?
Yes.
Or you want to stay here?
Stay here.
Okay, Mira?
You could say down the hall in the class.
Oh,
Down the
dancing
hall,
pencils
What?
down the long. What grade level are we?
4th.
Fifth grade hallway. Okay, so that's focusing in a little bit. Now, what did they say? All right, so we had a repeat, right? So there's my pattern, dancing pencils. All right, now I gotta get a little more specific. Where in the 5th grade hallway?
Down the hall.
Well, what can we say? Dancing pencils down the long 5th grade hallway. Dancing pencils. You gotta give me a line. Give me a line. Joy?
Dancing in Mrs. Morfield's class.
Dan. Oops. Sorry. Like a dog. Dance in Mrs. Moorfield's classroom. Okay? So, here's our pattern. Okay? Dancing teepees high up in the Rocky Mountains. Dancing teepees dance on the grassy Cripple Creek. Dancing pencils down the long 5th grade hallway. Dancing pencils dance in Mrs. Moorfield's classroom. Okay. They give another line.